Good morning, YouTube. It's Titan here. It has been a while since my last video, I know. I've got some things that are going on right now that have just prevented me from vlogging. I know you guys were totally logging on to YouTube right now going, man, I really want to watch Titan vlogs videos and I want to just get depressed as hell. But unfortunately, you know, this is real life and real things are happening. I've had a couple of family members that have been in the hospital recently this week. My grandfather, who is a World War II veteran, he was a signalman on one of the destroyers. So basically he would signal to the other ships using flags and lights, different maneuvers or commands or instructions from the I guess the fleet. And he's getting up there in age. He's over 80. And he's a really hilarious guy, but he's just starting to lose his mind a little bit. It's just kind of slowly slipping away from him. My grandmother took him to the hospital because he was complaining of chest pains. And when you're at that age, you know, anytime somebody's complaining of chest pains, you don't wait around and see if it's really a problem. You go ahead and you call, you know, an ambulance, and they come out and check him out. So just as a precaution, they took him to the hospital, and he's all right. He's stable, but when he woke up in the middle of the night, he kind of didn't really know where he was, and all he knew is he had all these things that were connected and attached to him, and I know it's not a funny situation, but if you knew the men in my family, you know that we hate going to hospitals, and whether or not we were slowly slipping our minds out of reality or not, we might actually do this. He woke up and started pulling out all of the cords, and I guess he had a catheter attached to him, and just started unplugging himself from machines, and got up, got dressed, and just started walking out of the hospital. So, I mean, I guess you have to find the humor in things, and that's something that I could probably find myself doing if I woke up in the middle of the night and found myself in a hospital. But it was unfortunately worse than that because he didn't know where he was. And when they finally got him back into his hospital bed, he started hallucinating a little bit, and I believe he swung at one of the nurses and actually struck another one. So they're having to work with him right now and try to find out what they can do to help out his status. And I've got a sibling who found a growth during one of her checkups, and they're waiting to find out if it's cancerous or not. So joyous week for Titan, I know. My loving and supporting wife decided that we should pack up our things this weekend and head off to go hang out with my mom. She lives a couple of states away. So we just went and hung out with her, and it was her birthday just recently, and all of this is going on, so she didn't really have a chance to celebrate. So we just kind of went over and we saw a movie. We saw Inglourious Basterds, which is the new Quentin Tarantino film. And after the movie, we were all laughing with each other because we're trying to figure out, for those of you who have seen a Quentin Tarantino film, you know that they can be entertaining, gory, but mostly slightly disturbing. So when you get done with the movie, you want to say that was a good evening at the movies, but you're kind of like lost for words as if you should say, well, it was entertaining or a really enjoyable movie, because, you know, some of the things that you just saw were like really disturbing. I love those kind of movies just because I don't like to go to a movie and everything ends happy in the end. You know, that's not real life. Real life isn't boy meets girl and you know, they have the perfect family and etc. You hope it is, but you know. Anyways, so we spent some time with her, just let her kind of relax, and it was a good weekend for all of us just to hang out with healthy family members. So that's what's been going on with me lately. Sorry to kind of just vent out like that, but you know, hey, it's what I'm dealing with right now. Some good news. We are getting closer to our international trip. So far, for the last couple of years, my wife and I have managed to take one trip outside of the States and go. Last year we went to England. A couple of years before that we went to Jamaica. This year we're going to Paris. We're going to Paris, France. No, I do not parlez-vous français. My wife has been listening to CDs and been trying to read books. I understand that most Europeans think that Americans are slightly dumb because we only can speak one language, and most of us can't speak it very well. But at the same time, you know, we don't have to deal with multiple languages. You know, just like, you know, imagine if Texas spoke a different language than Louisiana. You know, then we would probably have that. And I know that we have, you know, Spanish speakers who are next to us, but we don't go to Mexico a whole lot, and most of the Spanish speakers actually speak English here, so it hasn't something we've had to do. But anyways, my wife doesn't want to be one of those Americans who goes to a foreign country and automatically demands that every single person speak English. So she's been trying to pick up some French. So hopefully we can ask, like, you know, where's the bathroom? Or, you know, how much does this cost? Or are you robbing me? You know, things like that. So I'll take I won't be taking the motorcycle, obviously, but I'll be taking the camera with me, and I'll do a couple of vlogs in Paris. So just an update about me and what's going on and why there hasn't been a video in a while. But I should start doing them again soon. So see you guys later.